public health service is under pressure like never before. And it's the frontline staff who are bearing the brunt.
Unprecedented levels of staff burnout, nursing resignations.
Staff from 150 public hospitals participating in the strike, the first in a decade.
Staffing shortages they claim are jeopardising patient and staff safety.
But what's it really like to work on the hospital front line? 3 Australian icons, each with a unique connection to the health system, will go beyond the headlines to find out. Former tennis pro and commentator Jelena Dokic.
We talk about sport and athletes and grand finals and being in the spotlight, but then these incredible healthcare workers do something that is really pressure, that is really stress, and that's where you really have to worry about their mental health.
Hollywood movie star Ruby Rose.
I owe healthcare workers my life. I had a car accident. I didn't know if I was going to be paraplegic. I relied entirely on the nurses for everything. Right now, the system is completely failing us, but they are the ones keeping it together.
And food writer and TV host Matt Preston.
Knowing a lot of people who work in the public health system, it's amazing what they do. You're dealing with people at the lowest, sometimes at the lowest points in their lives. How do you deal with that pressure?
They'll immerse themselves with the frontline workers and witness the pressure of making life and death decisions.
That's not good. Can you open your eyes?
At 2 of Australia's busiest hospitals, St Vincent's Melbourne and St Vincent's Sydney.
I have no idea what I'm about to do. I have absolutely no idea.
I'm nervous. I haven't been in emergency department before.
I'm hoping that the way that my brain will digest it is to sort of feel like it's almost make-believe.
They will experience firsthand the extraordinary challenges staff face right across the medical front line. From the high-stress environment of the operating theatre.
A tiny error can make a huge difference in the success and the failure of this surgery.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to walk.
I really need him to be okay. Jesus.
To occupational violence.
Some days these nurses who are working really hard, they are hit, they are kicked, they are punched.
I'm trying to think of another workplace where assault is an accepted part of your job.
To the emotional toll of treating the critically ill.
Everyone's praying for you.
Sorry.
Do you find it quite triggering being in this environment?
It's better that she doesn't see me cry. I don't know how they do it. No idea.
In this high-stress environment, what does it really take to save a life?
I like to think I can push through everything, but this is one of the hardest jobs in the world.
You have to make life or death judgments on the spur of the moment.
Everyone I meet in here is reminding me that there are really beautiful people in this world.
I'm a little bit in shock. I honestly didn't think it was like that.
St Vincent's is the largest not-for-profit provider of health and aged care services in Australia. It has 2 major public hospitals, right in the heart of the country's 2 biggest cities, Sydney and Melbourne. They are a microcosm of Australia's public health system. But in recent years, like many public hospitals, they have been increasingly stretched. So what's really going on behind the headlines? Is the public health system close to breaking point? And if so, how is that impacting patients and staff? Ruby, Matt and Jelena are on a mission to find out.
My public hospital experience has been fantastically good. Joyous moments like being there for the birth of my 3 kids. I'm mindful that probably my expectations are undoubtedly quite a long way from the reality of what I'm going to say. Are people happy? Do they feel appreciated?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see what our healthcare workers and nurses and doctors go through and how it works and the stresses and the pressures that they are under.
I live in America now. We were kind of doing all right when I last lived here 10, 15 years ago. But having looked into the media and seeing what was going on, I really saw that it's quite different. I really want to get to the truth.
I'm just about to step onto the hospital frontline, albeit as a tourist. And that's kind of terrifying because I have no idea what to expect.
I think part of the nerves and part of the chest getting tight is just that I'm going into something that has in the past been quite scary for me.
So I'm feeling a few nerves, absolutely. But I kind of feel like if you've got nerves, it matters to you, you care. Emergency department. Wow, here we go.
This is the department where Yelena will start her first shift. It's Monday morning, when ED is at its busiest, following a build-up of patients over the weekend.
I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous. I haven't been in emergency department before. I'm expecting chaos, a lot of people, things happening. I don't know.
In 2023 to 24, Australian emergency departments saw 9 million presentations, a new record. Increased demands on staff are taking their toll, with turnover a major issue. But Yelena's only experience of emergency care has been overseas, when she was a child.
I was born in war-torn Yugoslavia. Due to the war, we had to escape at the age of 8. My brother was only 3 months old. We settled in really tough conditions and didn't have heating and water, and we were even lucky if we had bread to eat. Having to stand in line at the Red Cross at 4 a.m. every single week just to get basics. And I know then how those people looked after us and tried to give us whatever they could and make us still feel safe and give us some kind of care. So in a way, I feel like this is also a bit of a personal thing for me, where I would love to see people that care about others.
Yelena will be working under resus nurse Flynn.
Hi.
How are you going?
Hi, I'm Yelena.
Flynn,
Lovely to meet you.
Welcome
You
to
too.
St. Vincent's
Thank
Emergency.
you.
And I'll take you through to our main area of emergency. As you can see, quite busy, lots of people walking around. We have 23 beds in total, and they're all full at the moment. So over here is our free resus bays, 1, 2 and 3, and this is where I predominantly work with myself and another nurse. And this is where we see the sickest of the sick patients. Our traumas, our septic, our cardiac arrests all come to one of these free bays here. This is our bat phone here. So this is an automated system between ourselves and the ambulance crew, and that tells us when a very sick, unwell patient is needed to come into one of our resus bays.
So obviously you only have 3 resuscitation areas, and they're full at the moment. So what happens next when you get more people coming in?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I guess it's a process where we just have to work on the fly, see who is our least sick patient at the moment, and with that we make a clinical decision to move them out to hopefully an acute bay where they're still given very good nursing treatment in preparation for our next case. Bed shortages in hospitals, it's a statewide and nationwide issue.
What would my role be here if I could do something?
We always need an extra set of hands on a day-to-day basis, and whether that be the stripping of beds and cleaning them, any extra hands will be very beneficial to us. We'll go get into your scrubs and we'll get started.
It's so busy. There are doctors and nurses everywhere. There are patients in corridors. When you're on the outside, you're not a part of this, so it's confronting to see. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm a little bit in shock, to be honest.
All patients arriving in ED are first assessed in triage. Here, the most urgent cases must be identified and prioritised. A patient has just presented with a dislocated shoulder and is in severe pain. He has been designated a Category 2, meaning he must be seen within 10 minutes. Yelena's first job is to assist Registrar AJ with the assessment.
Now you've popped your shoulder out, mate. What happened just wrestling with the boys?
Wrestled with the boys, rolled over, and then pop was out.
Okay. Now who took him down?
Me.
It was you? Okay.
I jumped on him.
You jumped on him. All right, so it was a team effort.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to pop a little drip in your good arm, and then we'll see if we can't.
No, it's not your fault, darling. You will be okay.
No.
What sport do you play?
Rugby.
Rugby. Amazing. How old are you?
I'm 9.
9. Wow. Good on you.
Before Simon's shoulder can be put back into place, he needs to be sedated. So the team frees up one of the 3 resus bays.
This is a medication called propofol. Puts patients to sleep. Can also drop your blood pressure a little bit. So that number on the bottom corner there, that 140, we're just going to keep an eye on that. Simon, you still with us, mate? Yes.
You got it. Cool. Go for it. Okay.
There we go.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sat to 98, good blood pressure. We'll do an x-ray now to confirm the position, but in the meantime, we're going to have to keep a really close eye again on his blood pressure and the blue number there, which is his oxygen.
Got about fun.
486 coming to you is a 34-year-old male with a head strike.
Matt Preston is about to start his first shift.
First time in scrubs, they're incredibly comfortable. But I also have that weird sense. It's like a chef putting on a chef's jacket. You need to earn it, and obviously I haven't earned it.
He will be working in a notoriously challenging area, the acute geriatric ward.
This is distinctly personal for a number of reasons. Firstly, because I went through my grandmother and my mother both had dementia, but also had the kind of multiple complications that tend to go with getting old. I'm now 64. I'm looking, this is my future as well. We're told constantly that we've got a rapidly aging population. Can the current system cope with what they've got now, and how they're going to cope in the future moving forward?
St. Vincent's Acute Geriatric Unit provides specialist multidisciplinary care for highly vulnerable patients with conditions such as dementia, frailty, and functional decline. Matt will be working under Nurse Unit Manager Victoria Simpson.
So we're a 34-bed unit here. It's obviously a challenging environment. We can't do this alone, and we do it as a team.
How many people working on the ward?
It's nearly 100. It takes a lot of people to care for our patients. And this room here, this is what we call a close obs bay, what we would call our most high falls impulsive patients. We don't want them to fall, so we have someone in here 24/7. So this nurse actually doesn't leave this room. I had 156 falls on this ward last year, and a lot of that is around their dementia, their delirium, but this is an unfamiliar environment. It's bright lights, it's noisy, it's loud, it's chaotic. And that can actually be really unsettling for someone with dementia. This is not the right environment for them. And it takes... So now she's hit the assist bell because she cannot manage this alone.
So she needs someone.
So she's letting you know that actually she can't manage this patient. She's needing help in here because this is a high falls risk patient. So our nurses will come in and support now.
Right.
And that's to help prevent a fall. We're trying to prevent injury to our patient now. And what we can do for our patient to give the best care and prevent them from harm as well. And I think it shows we can't do that alone. That's why we are a team.
Of those patients here, how many of them have dementia?
So on average, about 50% now of our patients are coming in with dementia. But because I don't have enough beds on this ward, they have to go to other beds.
So we might be in oncology and you'll have dementia patients there.
Correct.
And then how hard is it finding somewhere for these patients to go?
Very hard. And I think I'll give you 2 examples. In my time here in 3 years, we've had 2 patients that hit around the 200, 230 day mark.
Those are 200 or so days where they're in a hospital bed. So you're having to take the de facto role of a specialist aged care facility.
It's a national problem that we don't have enough nursing homes. We don't have enough appropriate facilities for those with dementia who need that specialised care. Our biggest challenge we're facing on the acute wards is the behaviours that come associated with dementia. I'm not going to sugarcoat what aged care is like, because the reality is some days these nurses who are working really hard, they are hit, they are kicked, they are punched, sometimes scratched. We have drink bottles thrown at us, urine bottles thrown at us. But it's understanding that this is really not how the patient is or would want to be.
Yeah.
It's the dementia.
What sort of person does it take to work on the geriatrics ward?
I know we say the word, someone who cares, but I really mean someone who really cares for a vulnerable patient who cannot speak for themselves, who needs full care's help with toileting, feeding, washing. It takes a really special person to deliver that care.
With staff under constant pressure, the department relies on volunteers to help with basic tasks.
Where are we going next? These two?
Matt's first job is to help deliver lunch.
Yes. Yeah, I got it. Okay, well, they've done it. Well done. All right, I'll take that. There you go. I have some delicious sandwiches for you. I'll put them there. You're not going to eat the vegetable side. Would you like me to take that away for you, madam? Because it bothers you. Why don't we do that? Why do you do that? That's fine. Afternoon. Beef stew, mash. Is there anything else you need? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Matt is shadowing Nikita, one of the volunteers.
So we're just going to fill up all the coffee, sugar, tea for the day.
And that's just taking another job off the nursing staff.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about supporting and doing things that they otherwise won't have time to do if they're busy taking care of patients.
However, even the role of volunteer can be challenging.
The other week, I was feeding a gentleman who has moments where, he can get a bit agitated or, violent sometimes just because of being scared or whatever. I took the time and feeding with him, and I ended up spending an hour with this gentleman who just had a fantastic, amazing life. I just do what I can in my time.
There's no cure for what most people have here, but there are things that we can do to make that life more tolerable, to make sure that we leave them with the sense they've not been forgotten. And what concerns me is the fact that loads of these beds will not turn over because there's nowhere for them to go. That's the emotional moment, that's the frustrating moment, that's the let's ring a premier and bring them down and ask them why. What's the solution? I don't know what the solution is.
Movie star Ruby Rose is about to swap the red carpet for the hospital front line.
It's getting real. I'm about to scrub in, so I'm excited.
She'll be working in neurosurgery. The department sees over 3,000 patients per year and offers cutting-edge treatments such as MRI-guided ultrasound. It also accepts major trauma cases from across New South Wales. Ruby will be focusing on one particular subspecialty, spinal surgery. It's an area of medicine she has personal experience of, having suffered a serious injury while doing an aerial stunt on set.
It was our big, heavy stunt day. I was doing all of my own stunts. I'd been doing a repetitive movement for 7 hours, and I'd been in wires, and I'd already started to feel things go a little bit. But as the week proceeded, I started losing feeling in my leg, my arms. It wasn't until I lost my bladder control that I went, hold on, this doesn't feel right. These two discs had completely exploded into my spine, leaving lots of chunks in my spinal cord, which is super dangerous. I get a phone call from my doctor saying you have to come home immediately and have emergency surgery because you could become paraplegic or quadriplegic even if you just laugh the wrong way. that was really scary. Yeah. Very. And I think it's sort of, again, not because I thought, I might end up paraplegic or I might end up with a permanent injury, but it was scary because I was so alone. So, spinal surgery. Even when I say those two words, I can feel that in my body. For me, one of the most important things that my surgeon did, it was how they prepared me going into the surgery so that I knew that in my bones that I could actually do it.
Drawing on her lived experience, Ruby's job will be to offer emotional support to patients. She'll be shadowing neurosurgeon Mark Winder.
Hello.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Ruby, how are you?
Good, how are you?
We heard you were going to come in today. You're on the neurosurgical ward now, and it's a shared ward. There are 32 beds up here. We've got 5 neurosurgeons spread out doing different areas of specialty.
So what is the most challenging thing for you working here?
You would think that it's going to be the surgery, but it's about how you manage the beds, and because theatre time is just so valuable, and with all the specialties put together, you are trying to maximise a run-through of 10 operative theatres, which is constantly turning over from 7 in the morning through till 7 at night, and emergency phases after hours. And trying to explain to patients that their surgeries are cancelled because there is no bed availability creates a massive amount of pressure for all the staff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm just about to go and see a patient. So you're going to go and see him?
All right.
So you ready?
I'm ready, yep.
Okay. Hey, Matt. Paula, how are you?
Matt is a farm owner from regional New South Wales.
Hi, Matt. How are you? Ruby. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Ola.
Ola, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Matt's history is interesting. He has got quite severe neck and arm pain. He's got disc protrusions which are pressing on his spinal cord and the nerve root. Ruby has had almost exactly the same operation that you're about to get.
Yeah. So tell me what's going on. How did we get here?
There was a little injury back in November. I just thought I was sore. And then once I got home, I couldn't even drive. The dull aching in the elbow, that was the worst actually, the aching in the elbow.
Yeah. What were your thoughts when you started to notice that perhaps he was dealing with more pain than what he was letting on?
It's just that typical of, I'm fine, everything's fine, but he's not sleeping, he's irritable, he's sore, it's annoying, it's frustrating. So your physical strength, your mental health, it's a toll on everyone really. And it's a blind like symptom for everyone because nerve pain, you don't see it. So just like a typical guy, just puts up with it.
Losing strength is, losing strength, a job typically,
You're so fine. I cannot tell you how many times I had to reset to talk about mine that happened 5 years ago just because it brings up a bit.
Yeah, no, just general farm work. If you can't do it, you do feel useless. You take for granted mobility and even health. Just hearing that there could have been permanent damage if I didn't do anything about it, that was the thing that really hit it home for me.
Matt's in a lot of pain. I can tell the body has to be shifting to try to find a place of comfort. Same stuff that I did. It's really not so much about the pain, but the mental health of it all, how it may or may not change your life moving forward. Yeah, if the operation is not a success, I don't know exactly how his life will look. Remarkably different. I really don't want that to be the case because they've just got a farm, they've got a bunch of new animals, they're madly in love, but it's science and you don't know until we've sort of done it, right? So I don't even want to think about it. Let's just do positivity because I really need him to be okay. Yeah. Jesus.
Down in the emergency department, the team have received a call on the bat phone.
St. Vincent's ED on standby for car 418.
It's only used when a critically ill patient is coming in by ambulance.
We're coming to you with a 34-year-old male. He's had a trip and fall getting off the train with a head strike onto the station platform. And he's witnessed to have a 1-minute tonic-clonic seizure. We'll be with you in about 5 minutes.
Copy and clear, thank you.
I think it'll be a
trauma alert.
Trauma alert?
Yeah.
So what's just happened?
So we've got a young man who's had a fall with a head strike. He's hit his head and lost consciousness. And then it sounds like he's maybe had some seizure activity for about a minute or so.
Okay. So will you go out?
No, so we'll make a resus bed
Okay.
available. So we'll get some nursing staff and some doctors here ready to receive the patient. And we'll make a bit of a plan. Is there either of you ready to come and give me a hand with the bat phone? Nick's going to do the airway and I'll team lead. Normal bloods, a blood alcohol, coags, and a gas.
It moved so quickly because we were just in with a patient with an arm that was out of place, and you put that in, but next thing you know, 6-7 people are getting a resuscitation bed and area ready because there's a really serious case coming in. So a little bit nervous now on what's coming and what I'm going to see.
Are they here?
Which side?
Can you open your eyes for me? All right, you're all right. Can you open your eyes?
Yelena Dokic is midway through a shift in St. Vincent's emergency department. A patient has been rushed in by ambulance with a suspected head trauma.
This is Kevin, so he's a 34-year-old male, was witnessed stepping off the train and was witnessed to hit his head on the platform, complaining of some pain just to the right-hand side of his face.
Kevin, do you know where you are at the moment?
Try not to move your head and just keep your hands on your chest.
And then how you felt today? No, do you remember it?
Hey, it's AJ in ED, just after a mobile chest in resus 2, please.
Can you open your eyes for me? Pupils are equally reactive.
My name's Andrew. I'm one of the emergency doctors. You're at St. Vincent's. What happened, mate? Do you remember? No.
And he doesn't remember much, does he?
No, it sounds like the last thing he remembers was probably getting on the train. The key now will be getting scans of his brain and his neck and making sure he's not got any significant underlying injury. So that's Kevin's chest, where you want to make sure that he's not got any broken bones, bleeding into the lungs, or any kind of air in spaces that it shouldn't be. So the main concern and the main thing we want to rule out is any bleeding inside his brain or any fracture.
To be honest with you, I felt a little bit bad that I'm getting emotional and nervous, but he's so calm under pressure. It's Saturday night. All the beds and the resuscitation areas, they're full. Cases are now coming in more and more. There's alcohol-related cases as well. It's apparently a little bit the calm before the storm. So you talk about pressure, you talk about stress, you talk about even expectation. This is the real pressure, stress and expectation right here.
Our 3 rookies are coming to the end of their first shifts, and Matt and Ruby catch up on how the day's gone.
How are you?
Oh my goodness, how are
Nice
you?
to see you.
Oh, just for you. Oh my gosh.
How you going?
Oh, well, I've just seen a patient that went through a very similar injury to myself, and so
Mhm.
he's about to go into a surgery.
And
so
are you going to sit in that operation?
I am. What about yourself? What have you been doing?
Geriatrics, yeah. So
Oh, what have you got in common?
my mum had dementia, so we went through all that with her. And I am now coming to that point where I'm looking back at my time with her, but I'm also looking forward to, what's going to come to all of us and how we set up for this, increasing growth in the number of old people that public hospitals like St. Vincent have to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's,
Confronting.
scary. I don't think we're ready. But also the other thing is the pressure.
That's the part that's actually the most confronting to me. It's not even, I thought it would be the spinal surgery. It's how hard they work, how much pressure they're under.
This is the first time I've met people working on the front line that are kind of on the verge of breaking. And that scares me because that's not what I've seen before.
Early next morning, Ruby is back at St. Vincent's for Matt's spinal surgery. Having been through the same operation, Ruby wants to check in on him.
Hey, mate. How you doing? Bit nervous now? Yeah. Hard not to be. I was really scared. But are you feeling hopeful?
Yeah, just looking forward to getting back to my old self and getting mobile again.
Yeah. I know this is such a stressful moment, but my experience was that post-surgery, it's not the same pain. It's not the world-shattering, can't move, the pain that you have right now, it actually doesn't feel very bad at all.
Yeah.
We're going to make that small incision. That'll give us access between the muscles and the esophagus and trachea. And then we can work our way down to get exposure to the front part of the spine. That'll give us access to the disc. Then we remove the disc away from the spinal cord.
Yep.
And we'll free up the nerve.
So how close are you going to the spinal cord at this stage?
Oh, you'll be absolutely right next to it.
I can't quite get the look of the pain he had behind his eyes out of my head from before. That, like, watching exactly what happened to me happen to him makes me feel like he's going to get the same relief that I did.
So we just get through the first muscular layer, and you often come across a couple of the bigger veins, and we'll just get that exposed, and then we should be able to work our way down. Bounce have the depth gauge for the retractors. So we're down to the anterior part of the spine now, and now we've got a direct exposure of the disc, but we'll do that under the microscope, and then we'll see the spinal cord. If there's going to run into a problem, is going to be when you start removing the disc. Depends on how stuck it is to the cord or whether it's stuck to the nerve roots.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to drill away bone, get bone away from the nerve, otherwise they can end up with ongoing pressure and pain.
I think the idea is that we're hoping that it's just going to be really simple. Access the disc, remove the disc, replace the disc. This is when we ran into a difficulty with my situation because they were much more scattered into the spinal cord than what we predicted. So I guess we're in that stage now where we're going to uncover whether or not it's a simple procedure or maybe needs a bit more work.
So this is one of the discs, and it's the one which is causing most of his arm pain. So that's about 50% of his cervical disc which has been removed. I thought that he was actually going to have a little bit more structure to it. He's got a lot of degenerative change laterally where this cord's compromised. There's a lot of bony growth, and so we need to be able to drill some of this down.
The thing about a surgery like this is that it's not without risk. This is a young man who has his whole life ahead of him. He has an incredible partner. They've got a farm, and this has just put them at a stop. He really needs this to work, and I'm really hoping that he gets all of his function back.
Up on the geriatric ward, Matt is starting his second shift. He's working alongside Nurse Rhiannon as she helps patients with toileting and washing.
Hello, I've got Matt here.
How are you? I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
You wanted a bedpan earlier.
It's estimated that over 430,000 Australians are living with dementia.
You can always hang on to the edge of the bed or hang on to my hand if you want.
You're going to go give Matt a hug, okay?
Okay, come over here, give me a hand.
By 2065, that number is expected to exceed 1 million.
I'm here just to look after you. I'm okay, it's okay, I'm just here. I'm here, I'll hold your hand there like that. It's all good.
Okay, you're on the bedpan. All right.
Okay, see you in a moment.
Caring for people with dementia is a challenge that Matt understands well.
With my mother, definitely the dementia was the hardest thing. Her carer said, you have to understand that for her being washed, being dried is like being pinched, endlessly being pinched. The dementia makes her feel like she's being assaulted. And I didn't understand that. And suddenly you go, oh my gosh, even the most basic thing is incredibly painful to deal with. You know, there gets to that point when I think if you'd asked her, she would have said, it's okay, it's time to go now.
This is Matt.
Hi, how are you? I'm Matt. Nice to meet you. It's not the most glamorous of jobs, so why do you do it?
I really enjoy helping people. I really do. And this time you do get to spend with the patients and hear their stories, you know, especially with the oldies. They've been around for a long time.
and they have some amazing stories. And a lot of people come in, they don't have any help at home. A lot of them can't even feed themselves. 3 of them in that room need full assistance with feeding.
It's a huge act of trust.
It is.
For them.
A lot of them, when they come in, especially if they're confused, they've got dementia or delirium, those sort of things, they're in a completely new environment with no one that they know. And we wonder why we get these behaviours of concern. You know, they keep saying, I want to leave, I want to leave. They've got no idea where they are, no matter how many times we reorientate and tell them, hey, you're in hospital, you're sick. They can't understand and they get really scared. And that's when sometimes we get those acts of aggression coming out. It's just them being vulnerable and scared.
Do you get a sense of being appreciated?
100%.
Right.
100%. These families, sometimes they live with this dementia
Very
at home.
hard.
Sometimes they just come in with carers' stress and they just need a break.
Yeah.
And we help people every day. And I love my job.
That tone generally needs it's a cold when patient's non-responsive.
This is kind of where it gets real, isn't it?
In St Vincent's acute geriatric ward, a patient has suffered a suspected respiratory arrest.
My job here is to stay out of the way as much as possible. You know, after a day of very kind of mundane care, you know, grinding care, that sudden desire for all these nurses to leap into action at the sound of a code blue, it makes you realise the constant pressure that if you work here, you have to be under.
Are you feeling short of breath? You're fine. Okay, that's good. Well, everything looks okay now. I'm not sure what happened, but we'll see if we can find out, okay?
Later, you will need to collect.
All right.
Have we taken a postural blood pressure? Yes, we've done it.
When you hear that buzzer go, what's your first thought?
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, absolutely.
2, 3.
It can range from anything from someone who needs help, who's pressing the buzzer, to someone who's using CPR and a massive emergency. So you automatically jump up and run, but you don't have any idea what you're getting into.
Is that emotionally draining? Is it physically draining?
Yes, all of the above, but it's part of the job, and that's what keeps it exciting sometimes. And coming into healthcare, any form of healthcare, you think how hard it's going to be, how much you have to know, but I don't think that's what the hardest bit is. It's the adaptability. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to do anything in this realm, you have to be adaptable.
But also, you've also got that other thing of elderly patients where there's no resus or resus.
Yeah, so there's something in every patient's file, and especially on the geriatrics wards, it's something that's really important because this sort of situation is not uncommon, and so having that conversation early, which can be really hard. The patients, a lot of the time, they haven't thought about it before, but we know the earlier we do it, the better the outcomes to me and the easier it is if things do happen. Sometimes the right thing is to not do anything, and so more of a holistic approach is really important as well.
The Hollywood image of what a hospital's like. There's all this drama and excitement and they're saving a life and boom, boom, boom. It's very different to the reality. For some of the patients here, they have a no resus agreement. Saving life is one of it, but here, letting go of a life and letting that life go with dignity and with minimal pain is also part of what they do here.
Back in the operating theatre, the procedure to replace 2 discs in Matt's spine has reached a critical stage.
So it's taking us a while just to get some of this bone out.
It looks terrifying. It's hard not to say that it doesn't look terrifying. This is all parts of him, right?
So all that is his disc. It was pushing against the cord, particularly bad of C56. So, can you see that?
Yep.
That's up at C6, that's at C7. This is where the disc was. We've taken the disc out. So this beautiful looking clean structure you can see down the bottom, that's the dura, which is the outer covering of the spinal cord. So the nerve is free, and now we're just going to absolutely be sure there's nothing left here.
The final stage of the operation is to insert a replacement artificial disc.
With the disc replacement, the end plates get integrated into the bone. Then it's got a ceramic core, so it just allows the whole thing to be able to rotate and move rather than fusing the area. So it'll mean that he's always got flexion, extension, rotation, and a good degree of compression as well. So we're all done. We're just going to close this up, make sure it's nice and dry. Then we'll get into recovery. So it took a little longer than I thought it was going to. It was so stuck to the back of the spinal cord. So it took a while to dissect that out.
Yeah.
And that should resolve, as I said, most of his arm pain.
Yeah.
And then the cord, we just had to get that so freed up, and then that cord just bowed back into that area.
Matt's operation has gone well, but surgery can't always provide a cure.
Before we did that case today, there was a young guy who came in again from the country who unfortunately has sustained a really large disc extrusion in his cervical spine, which caused cord compression.
Yep.
By the time he got here, he was already paraplegic.
Oh,
And
wow.
so the disc has been removed, which is one of the first cases we had to do. He's had some minor improvement of his arm function, but he's not going to recover from the legs down. You've got to make a phone call and say, this is an awful outcome.
Yeah.
Not from the surgery, but from the condition that he's got.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to flick and change and turn that off. And that's one of those where you have to be able to separate and compartmentalise certain things.
Yeah, but how do you do that?
A lot of it is just practice, I think.
Yeah.
You know, this is 10, 15 years of training to get in, and then 20 years of surgery.
Yeah.
We made some awful phone calls, but made some amazing ones as well. And you have to be able to turn that off a little bit, and you have to be able to have downtime. It's family and exercise for me, certainly. And just thinking about you've got to be able to have a break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt must spend one more night on the ward. He won't know until the morning whether the operation has been a success.
I just can't wait to see him tomorrow. Hopefully see his movement be better, less pain. And I'll catch up with him, really ask him how he feels, and try to drive home the whole recovery process if I can.
Matt has come to the end of his second shift in geriatrics.
Long day, hard day, monotonous day. It's great to actually be on the floor and do stuff that has some, minimal value, whether that's changing dressings or giving people cups of tea. Yeah, cup of tea. But I also feel angry because these people are doing the most amazing job and they're being undervalued. And I saw emotion today that I haven't seen on healthcare professionals. Actually, even during COVID. We should be valuing them, and if we don't, that's a challenge. We need to give them the support they need to do their job and not crack under the process of doing it.
Yelena is back on night shift in ED, and within seconds, the bat phone rings.
We are coming at you with a 23-year-old male with a suspected polypharm illicit overdose. He was found unresponsive. We'll be with you in about 8 minutes.
So what's just happened?
They are bringing a young patient
That phone ETA 8 minutes.
with a significant overdose, apparently intentional, with very reduced level of consciousness, which it looks serious.
23-year-old male with a queried polypharm overdose. Nurses have tried to administer 3 IN of naloxone with no effect, and we've given 800 mics of naloxone with nil response. Latest heart rate is at 49, beat key, that's not good. 141 on 96.
Oh, all right, you're all right. Can you open your eyes? Open your mouth.
Yeah.
who's got a maintained airworthiness stage with a stable GCS of 8. He's not tachycardic, so it's probably not a tricyclic overdose. Monitor the GCS. If it continues to go below, if he has any vomiting or airway threatens, then we'll intubate.
With the patient stable, Yelena catches up with AJ.
Do you get that a lot in young people?
We see a lot of that over the weekend in particular. The more confronting ones are the times where it's like an attempt on their lives and they've deliberately taken what is a toxic dose of a certain drug. I find that particularly difficult, I guess.
How do you deal with some of these confronting situations that you see everything?
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. I guess you've got to have kind of people around you that you can debrief with, someone that you can talk to about those sort of things. So there is a really good support network here at the hospital around kind of checking in with everybody and just making sure that you're kind of going okay.
He was so young, he was only 23. We still don't know what he's taken, and you just hope that he will come out of this.
Yelena is coming to the end of her time in ED.
Sorry, I'm not doing a great job. They're really hard to steer.
They are.
But before she leaves, there's one patient she wants to check in on.
Just check in and see.
Kevin was rushed to ED after hitting his head on a station platform.
Kevin, hello mate. How's your pain at the moment? You a bit more comfortable? Did they give you some good stuff through the drip?
They did. It's still a little sore on the cheek. But...
Yeah, okay. And you've just not long got back from your scan, hey? All right, mate. Well, look, we'll just chase up the results of that.
Hi, Kevin. You feeling a little bit better?
I'm not better.
Okay, good. I'm so glad. Yeah.
I feel silly for wasting your time.
No,
mate, no. Not a waste of time. We need to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's rule out any other nastiness and then we can work out what we're going to do in terms of getting you home safely in the middle of the night and all that sort of thing, okay?
I've been here for a few hours and I feel like I'm at home here. But that's how close you get with people when you see them suffer or that they're not well. He wasn't actually allowed to have water, the position that he was in, and just to be able to even give him some ice chips because he was thirsty, that made my day, that made my week, made my year. My heart is full and I literally pretty much did nothing compared to what these doctors and nurses do.
Yelena has seen firsthand the pressures on staff. But Australia's emergency departments are getting busier. Without intervention, those pressures are only going to get worse.
I'm worried about the doctors and the nurses and the healthcare workers and everyone that's a part of the ED because there's a lot of pressure and expectation. So their mental health is at stake, their well-being is at stake, their self-care is at stake. And unless you see something like this, I don't think you can comprehend what it takes. And that's the incredible but also sad and scary part behind this of just how much goes into it, and it doesn't stop.
Up on the neurology ward, Ruby is about to catch up with Matt, following the operation on his spine.
I'm just praying that everything went exactly according to plan. It seemed like it did in the surgery, but you never know until you've actually come to, and hopefully he has his range of movement back. I'm praying for him because obviously if that's not the case, it's going to be really devastating.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Am I allowed to hug you?
Sure.
I would love to give you a hug. Oh, my angel. Are you just...
Oh, you make me cry.
Oh.
Every time I see someone's reaction, I tear up.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Well, as soon as I woke up, there was no pain in the elbow. All the pins and needles are gone.
Wow.
So it was relief straight away.
Also, you look completely different. Like the pain has left your face and there's like a real happy person there.
I didn't realise how bad it was.
Because it's hard to be who you are when you're in excruciating pain 24/7.
Last night I had the best sleep ever. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right. And you couldn't before that.
Yeah.
And I guess there's no more of this, huh?
No, not really.
Can you acknowledge now, maybe, that now that it's over, that it was quite a horrible experience for you?
Yeah, and just hearing what you just described, I didn't know it was that bad, so.
Yeah. God, I sound like your mother. All right, I'll let you guys go home. I'm going to give you one last hug. Yesterday, Mark had told me about somebody that came in much earlier and they didn't have a successful operation. That was a lot. That was a real lot. And I thought to myself, I can't even quite stomach the fact that it happened to someone this morning when I wasn't even here. But these guys do this every single day. And every single day they risk going into a surgery, putting their whole life into it and not getting the results that they wanted to get for the patient. And then they have to take that home or they have to go straight into another surgery. I really don't know how they do it and I cannot express that enough.
In Australia today, nearly 50% of hospital beds are occupied by patients who are over 65. Yet that demographic is projected to nearly double by 2042, putting a huge strain on the public health system. Matt wants to explore potential solutions, so has travelled to meet Dr. Richard Kane from St. Vincent's, Melbourne, who's on his way to do a home visit.
We're going to see a lady called Val. She's 87, recently admitted to the hospital. It was suspected that she'd had a stroke, but it was determined that she could rehabilitate at home rather than having to rehabilitate in the hospital. So she's been at home for a week or so and we're going to check in on her progress this morning.
Fantastic. Is this program about diverting the right people away from emergency beds?
Yep, that's right. So some patients can go directly into these home-based services from the community without having to come in to the hospital at all.
How are you? Good, very well, thank you. This is Matt.
Hi, Matt. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Matt.
Val was born in this house and has lived here nearly all her life.
I insisted on coming home. It's one of the greatest things for the elderly.
My mum was exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know, that she hated hospitals. Hospitals are confronting and scary and there's stuff going on you don't understand. My mother, she ended up with a combination of Parkinson's, myeloma and dementia. We worked really hard at trying to keep her at home because I'd been through the same thing with my grandmother and noticed that when you move into kind of terminal care, the deterioration becomes much quicker. So to be able to have that care in the home was the most amazing privilege. This isn't something you could do in the hospital, is it?
I come out every day. I'll sit here for a minute and gaze at the garden.
Sure, which is
because I
lovely.
just love it.
Yeah, enjoy it. And Matt, I find as a doctor, I can find out more in an hour with them in their home than I might be able to find out in weeks in the hospital. You know, the things that are important to them.
Yeah.
You get a really deep understanding of them in a really much more efficient way.
Thank you.
No worries, thank you. I nearly wanted to clap them.
Sometimes being at home is part of the therapy. You know, it doesn't always work out, but mostly people do so much better in their own home.
In terms of dollar cost, how does this approach compare to, say, having someone in a bed in the hospital?
Intuitively, you would imagine it might be much more expensive, but actually it costs about 3 times less to care for people at home as it does in the hospital. So we were able to reinvest money that we would have been spending on caring for 3 patients in the hospital and extrapolate that to 9 patients at home. And as we've expanded, we've used exactly that same model.
Do you see this as a program you could expand into other states and territories?
Yeah, Victoria, it's fairly universal in Victoria now, which is great. The state government have been really supportive of it, and other states are really latching onto the idea as well. It's just such a great way to deliver care.
We undoubtedly have problems within our healthcare system, They're driven by increased demand, they're driven by more costly procedures, they're driven by reducing budgets, they're driven by staff shortages. There's a mass of problems swirling around our public health service. If we can find solutions that are better and cheaper, these are light bulb moments. If this is the microcosm of a new solution, a new approach, it'd be fascinating to see how that works on a macro level.
Next time, things get even more personal.
I'm really interested in the family violence side of it.
Do you find it quite triggering being in this environment?
I'm sorry. It's better that she doesn't see me cry.
To have cancer or the worst side effects of any medical procedure you can have for a bloke.
He's in a very hypercritical phase of his care. If any of those things fail, he runs the risk of not surviving.
Sorry.
If you or someone you know require immediate assistance or support, contact Lifeline on 13 11 14 or visit lifeline.org.au or Beyond Blue on 1300 22 46 36 or visit beyondblue.org.au or talk to your local GP or health professional.